If you're a new JavaScript developer, you're probably eager to dive in and start building the next Facebook or YouTube. However, there's a learning curve, and it's easy to make some common mistakes that can trip you up. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 mistakes junior JavaScript developers often make and how to avoid them. First on our list is not using strict mode. Strict mode helps you catch common coding bloopers by throwing errors for unsafe actions. It's as simple as adding use strict at the top of your JavaScript files. This tiny addition can save you hours of debugging by catching silent errors early on. So don't forget to use strict mode and write cleaner, safer code. Moving on to mistake number 2, using var. Var is old news. The modern way to declare variables in JavaScript is by using let and const. Let allows you to reassign values, while const is for constants that don't change. These newer declarations help avoid scope issues and make your code more predictable. So ditch var and embrace let and const. Number 3, not using arrow functions. Arrow functions provide a more concise way to write functions, and they do not bind to their own this, which can prevent some common pitfalls with traditional functions. For example, instead of writing function parentheses x return x times 2, you can write just x, then the arrow function set x times 2 for cleaner code and fewer headaches. Mistake number 4, not using the spread operator. The spread operator is incredibly powerful. It allows you to expand iterable objects into multiple elements. This is especially useful for copying arrays, combining objects, and much more. For example, you can clone an array with the spread operator array, or combine objects with spread operator object 1 and spread operator object 2. It's a game changer for simplifying your code. Halfway there with mistake number 5, not using the destructuring assignment. Destructuring allows you to unpack values from arrays or properties from objects into distinct variables. This can make your code cleaner and more readable. Instead of accessing object properties like person.name and person.age, you can write const name age equals person. It's a neat way to streamline your code. Number 6, not using promises. Asynchronous operations are a big part of JavaScript. Promises can help you handle asynchronous code more effectively than callbacks. They make your code easier to read and manage. Instead of nesting callbacks, you can chain .then methods, making the flow of your code much clearer. Moving on to number 7, not using strict equality. JavaScript has 2 types of equality: loose equality, which is the double equals, and strict equality, which is the triple equals. Always use strict equality to avoid unexpected type conversions that can lead to bugs. Finally, not using for each. The for each method is a more readable and expressive way to iterate over arrays compared to traditional for loops. It allows you to apply a function to each element in an array with less boilerplate code. For example, array.forEach item and then console.log the item is much cleaner than a regular for loop. And that's a wrap on the 8 common mistakes junior JavaScript developers make. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can write cleaner, more efficient, and more maintainable code. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more coding tips and tricks. And tell me what you think down below. Did you fall into any one of these traps? Is there any that you disagree with and why? Until next time, keep coding and stay sharp.